Hello, I'm Ashley Pfeffer of Support Your Design, and I am interviewing Nicola Farmer, who is the founder of the ICU Academy, and we're actually going to be talking about this method that she brought through and that she teaches to children. Hello, Nicola, and thanks for joining.
Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Good.
Can you tell us, first of all, what does ICU mean?
ICU stands for Inspiring Children Universally, but it's a fabulous play on words because the letters say I see you, and it's exactly what the children should be doing, seeing you.
Beautiful. What is this method? What is this academy about? And what age do the children have to be involved in this training, teaching, opening up?
Okay, so the method is to work with children of all abilities from the ages of about 5 to 12. They can come from any background. They don't need to be anything special. They can just be pure regular kids. When we work with them, we open them up to their senses that are beyond what the human eye, ear can perceive. So we take them into their higher consciousness, which enables them to do something quite remarkable, and that is to see completely blindfolded. I mean, there's zero light going through the eyes. It has huge benefits for the children. It's quite hard for some people to understand that this is even possible, but remarkably, the children don't even question.
Mm-hmm. So why is there 5 to 12? Why is there an age range? How come you can't be over 12 to learn this? What happens at 12?
Well, at 12, most children are either at puberty or they're through puberty. They're at the other side, and that's when their logical mind starts to become more active, and then they start to question things. So we set 12 at kind of an age limit. I have taught a 15-year-old, and there have been older children taught, but they aren't as mature perhaps as a regular 15-year-old. And the minimum age being 5 is because the children really need to be able to understand letters, colours, words, shapes, and be able to sit still for an hour.
Yes. And for people that aren't familiar with what is entailed in this, they have to wear a blindfold, correct? They're wearing a blindfold?
Yes, they wear a blindfold. And it's a special blindfold. They're called mindfolds, and they completely block out all light. What we're trying to do is temporarily shut down the third eye, which is the pineal gland in the center of the brain, so that we can get them to work with their higher senses, which is their higher consciousness, their spirit, if you like. And then once the light stops going through the eyes, the pineal gland shuts down, and then we can take them into the realms of consciousness.
Beautiful. And so it's not teaching them how to use their third eye. It's not about seeing with your third eye or clairvoyantly. That's the difference. And when you're using the blindfold, it's having them tap into their whole spiritual essence instead of just the clairvoyant sense, correct?
Exactly. You see, when they see clairvoyantly, they're seeing with what we call the mind's eye. Okay? We're shutting down the physical eyes, the mind's eye, and we're moving them into the realms of using their spirit, their essence, their soul, whatever name you want to give it. So when they start to see through their higher consciousness, all sorts of things start to happen. But equally, the brain then has to recalibrate its function with the reading, because the brain finds it really difficult to compute that the child is seeing, but the eyes aren't working.
Wow. What in in shutting down the eye and almost essentially shutting down part of the brain, what does it do? What is beneficial for the children? How does it help them besides just being able to see? What kind of improvements have you noticed and parents noticed?
Okay, so when we get them to see, even if they don't see, I mean, not every child sees. We must make that people aware of that, because it depends on the soul journey for the child. But most of them do see. But the whole process is about getting them into a level of confidence and self-esteem and self-worth, so that they feel and know that they're capable of doing anything.
Mm.
We have children who have jumped years in education because it also makes their education very simple. We've had children heal from traumas. We've had children who have stopped stammering, and a little girl who stopped wetting the bed every night. We've had a little boy who was born with part of his brain missing because of a cyst on his brain, and he medically is not able to have an imagination. And through ICU, he now has an imagination and he's going to regular school.
Wow, awesome. So people with behavioral disorders, people or children with actual physical things going on with their brain, lots of things get, improved when you are tapping into this part of yourself, right? It's like almost everything gets healed with your inner light, as you're tapping into that. That's amazing.
Exactly. The most amazing part as being a teacher is to see these children grow. They come to you, and some of them can't sit still, and they're fidgeting, and they hardly say two words because they're shy and they're quiet. And it's like watching a seed grow into this beautiful flower. And the children are amazing. I mean, I just, you can't help but adore them.
It must be beautiful to watch. How long is the process? How long does it take?
So it's normally 10 or 12 sessions, which are usually taken weekly. The most gap you can have is 2 weeks in between the sessions. So over a period of 3 to 4 months, you can see a child go from 0% to 100% in anything that is guided by their soul. So it's remarkable, absolutely remarkable. I mean, we had a little boy who took his blindfold. Or no, actually, he didn't take his blindfold. He went into school and he told his teacher that he could read without his eyes. And the teacher said, "No, you can't." And he said, "Yes, I promise you I can." And she said, "No, you can't." And he took off his pullover, wrapped it around his head, started to read his book. I think the teacher probably nearly fell over. All the children in the class took their pullovers off, wrapped it around their heads, and they couldn't see. So his confidence and self-esteem went through the stratosphere.
Amazing. Does it help kids who have trouble reading? Like if they're, yeah?
Yeah, it sure does. And also, if they need glasses to see, to read, when they read blindfolded, they have 20/20 vision.
Oh, that's amazing. I have three boys, and I'm pregnant with my fourth, and one is 7, and one is 6, and one is 4. And the 6-year-old loves reading. He's picked it up. He loves everything about school. My 7-year-old struggles with reading, struggles with certain aspects of school. So I'm really curious to see what this could do for him. Would I be able to be certified to be a teacher? Do you have something like that available?
Absolutely, yeah. You can take the teacher training, and after the training, which is 3 days training, you would have to complete some case studies, subject to them being satisfactory, you could be an ICU teacher and teach your own children and many, many other children.
Awesome. And you offer, where do you offer this? What locations, all over the world or just in your area?
Well, here in the UK, but anywhere in the world. I've just been to Madrid in Spain. And earlier on in the year, I was on the east coast of America. I've been to Taiwan and Denmark and lots of places. So, you know, I go where there's a need and where people are passionate about this type of work.
Awesome. And people can work directly with you if they're in the area. Are you still doing trainings are you still teaching children or are you doing mostly trainings? Both. Awesome. So still working with the kids.
Along with everything else that I do. Yes, I still work with the children. So I've just finished working with one of them and I'm halfway through training another. So I bring them in periodically because it's quite a commitment to have these children come to your home or wherever you work once a week for a period of 10 or 12 weeks. But it's worth it. They are so precious.
Awesome.
Oh, children.
If someone wanted to be a teacher, would they need to have any kind of spiritual gifts or skills, or what's entailed? What do you have to be able to do to be able to teach the kids?
Okay. I believe that to become a teacher, first of all, you have to be passionate about bringing an essence into the world that has the potential to change it. Secondly, a desire to work with the children, to give them something that the education system can't. Because if you have these skills to work with children in a completely different way, then we are giving them something that no education system can. You don't necessarily have to be wearing a spiritual hat, but you will know that there's some spark of light in you that will drive you forward, and it's a knowing. There is no other way of saying it. There is a knowing within you, and when people see the work and when they see videos of the children and various other aspects to this, it ignites something within people, and they will move mountains to become a teacher.
That is so inspiring. So if you feel a pull, if you're watching this and feel a pull, then most likely you have that spark in you that's saying, hey, it's almost like your spirit saying, oh, you need to learn this, you need to teach this. This is your way of being that beacon of light to shine to other people, so it spreads farther. So exciting. Thank you for this.
As soon as I announce a training date, it's like the universe says, right, we'll open another door for all of these people to walk through. And when they walk through it, I get as excited about training the teachers as I do working with children.
That's beautiful. Amazing. So we can find out where you are going to be next on your website. I do have your website up, so it's www.icuacademy.co.uk. I'm going to screen share for one moment so people can see what this looks like. There's a lot of resources on here. You can learn about it. There's videos, so if you click on publicity videos, you'll be able to see a bunch of different videos showing how the kids are playing. They're reading. It's not something that's sit down and be focused. It's like they're actually enjoying themselves, and you get to see this in action. So there's a lot of videos, so beautiful. And then if you're interested in becoming an ICU teacher, you'll be able to get some more resources here, and she has some things to download, so you can look around and see what you can find on here. There's a lot of resources on here. Okay, is there let's see, anything else that you want to mention about ICU Academy?
I think it's important to share with people that there's a lot of love needed in this world right now. A lot of love and a lot of unity. And I know the teachers and the children moving forward is going to add a tiny part to that. But what is also important to understand is that when we teach one child, that child can make a difference within their family. The family can make a difference within their community. The community can make a difference in their town and the country and then the world. So teaching one child can send a ricochet of beautiful, positive, powerful vibrations right around the world, like the butterfly effect. Can you begin to imagine what it would be like if we were teaching 100 children and then 1,000 children and then 10,000 children? It's so positively powerful. I can't express it. I can't even find the words that that can describe it. But what I do know is the children that we've worked with so far, we've made a huge difference. It is difficult for most adults to understand, but trust in the children, because the children are our future.
So if you feel that spark, if you feel that pull, follow it, and you can be part of the movement or the ripple effect to essentially change the world and bring a lot more love to this world, because it's wanting it, it's needing it, and the kids are also asking for it. So thank you so much for coming on with me and answering a few questions. I am excited to reach more people with this so that people can get familiar with what you do and why it's so important and impactful. So if you are interested in becoming a teacher, you can go on her website and see what is available in your area. And if you have nothing available in your area, but you have a group of people who want to do it, still reach out, because Nicola goes where she needs to go. You know, she's here to spread it. And like she said, worldwide. So if it's not where you're at, start the movement there.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ashley. That's great.
Yes, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And thank you, everybody who tuned in to watch this.
Thank you very much, everybody.